Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. This is Tariq Amin, lecturer, Department of English, Cohort, University of Science and Technology, Cohort. A very warm welcome to the course of study skills. This is video number 2 of the lecture number 27. And in this video, we are going to discuss study habits. Let's have a look at the lecture outlines of today's class. First of all, we will discuss study habits. After that, we will discuss 10 highly effective study habits. Now, what are the highly effective study habits? Approach to studying matters. First of all, what is your approach to study? It matters a lot. Be in the right mindset is important in order to study smarter. If you want to study smarter, you should have a right mindset. Your mindset should be right. If you want to study smarter, positive mindset is very much important for studying. Now, ways to help improve your study mindset. Now, what are the different ways with the help of which you can improve your mindset? The very first one is aim to think positively when you study. Always aim to think positively. Always think positively when you study. The second one is avoid catastrophic thinking. Now, what is catastrophic thinking? Catastrophic thinking is when you think again and again about worst outcomes. When you think again and again about worst outcomes. Now, this catastrophic thinking does not let you take action where action is required. It also causes anxiety. It does not let you perform an action. So you should avoid catastrophic thinking. You should not think about worst outcome each and every time. And after that, you should also avoid absolute thinking. You should avoid absolute thinking and catastrophic thinking both. Now, absolute thinking is the tendency. It is the tendency to think in concrete, black and white terms. You say, for example, you say that I'm absolutely, for example, I'm totally delighted, I'm totally devastated, I'm absolutely delighted, I'm absolutely devastated. So these are thinking in concrete terms. Now, this absolute thinking is the opposite of relative thinking. You should avoid absolute thinking. And avoid comparing yourself with others. You should not compare yourself with other. You compare yourself with other. It is not a best habit. Now, a place to study is also important. Your study place is important. We have discussed what a study place and what are its characteristics. So, a place where you study is important. A place with a lot of distractions makes for a poor study area. If your study place is full of distraction, you would not be able to pay attention to your reading material. You would not be able to pay attention to your subjects. So you should study to select a place that best fits you, that is best for you. Make sure to choose the quiet areas in these places, not the loud central gathering areas. You should select a study place, select a place for your study that is quiet and that is not where central gathering where are not found, where you should select a study place that is free of distraction, that is free of people, that is free of noise. Finding an ideal study place is important because it is one you can reliably count on for the next few years. So you should find an ideal study place. Now, bring everything you need, nothing you don't. You should bring everything that you are in need of, that you might need, and you should not bring those things that you do not need. Sometimes people bring things that they don't need, which is not a good habit. For instance, like computers that are a powerful distraction. Some computers are a powerful distraction. Your computer might be be a powerful distraction for you, and your cell phone can also be a powerful distraction for you. For example, if you think that I don't need cell phone while studying, I don't need laptop while studying, I don't need computer while studying, so you should not bring it to your study place, your study area, because it might distract you from your reading, from your studying. So ask yourself whether you really need a computer to take notes. So you should ask yourself whether you really need your cell phone, you really need your computer, you really need your laptop to take notes, or whether you can make do with the old-fashioned paper and pencil. If you think that you are really in need of computer while studying, you should carry it with yourself. But if you think that you are not in need of computer, you would not be in need of your cell phone and laptop, so you should not bring it to your study area. Outline and rewrite your notes. While studying, outlining and rewriting your notes is one of the effective study habits. Now, the important thing in writing outline is that you write in your own words in structure. You write in your own words. When you write something in your own words, you don't forget it. You can easily remember it. While you are welcome to copy other people's notes or outlines, make sure you translate those notes and outlines into your own words and concepts. Yes, most of the students nowadays search different concepts, search different subjects, search different topics on the internet, and they are welcome to copy the other people's material. They can copy material from the internet, but it is the best habit is to write all the notes in your own words. You can copy from internet, but you should write those notes in your own words. You should translate them into your own words. Now, failing to do this, if you fail to translate those notes into your own words, this is what often causes many students to stumble at remembering important items. If you fail to rewrite the notes in your own words, you would find it highly difficult to remember the notes. You would find it highly difficult to remember important items, important facts, and important details. So you should write the notes in your own words. When you write the notes in your own words, you never forget them. Now, memory games can also be used. You can use memory games. This is also one of the effective study skills. Memory games are methods for remembering pieces of information. These are actually methods for remembering pieces of information using a simple association of common words. You can associate different common words with different other things. You can associate some pieces of information with other objects, etc. Now, practice by yourself or with friends. You can practice with yourself, by yourself, or with friends. When you learn something, practice it with yourself. During learning, you can also share your knowledge with your friends. You can practice by yourself by testing yourself with either practice exams, past quizzes, or flashcards. Now, after you have studied a material, you have gone through a material. Now you can assess yourself. You can evaluate yourself. You can practice by yourself. Now, how can you practice by yourself? You can test yourself. You can test yourself. Now, how can you test yourself? You can test yourself with practice exams. You might find past papers such as past quizzes. You have read a note. Now you can download different papers. For example, you are a student of mathematics and you have studied this course, study skills. Now you can you think that you are fully prepared for the paper. You have read everything for the paper. Now you can test yourself with practice exams. Like we have taken some quizzes, and you can judge yourself by those quizzes as well by your marks. We have taken a midterm exam. You can judge yourself. You can assess yourself. You can evaluate yourself with that midterm exam as well. And apart from it, if you can use flashcards as well in order to test yourself. You can download past papers for that as well. Now, if a practice exam is not available, you can make one up for yourself and your classmates or find someone who will. Yes, you if practice exams are not available. In this semester system, practice exams are sometimes available because we take notes, we take assignments, ask you, we assign different students in different assignments, and we take quizzes, we take exams. So we can say that some exams are available, as although they are not practice exams, but they are exams. If practice exams are not available to you, you can make one up for yourself as well. You can ask your friend to evaluate you. You can ask yourself that we would uh, take our own exam. You can ask your friend, you can ask your classmates as well. Now make a schedule. You should make a schedule for your study. It is also one of the important points. Schedule is very much important. If you don't have a good schedule, you might miss some of the subject. For example, if you have not prepared schedule, you have not prepared timetable for your study, you might give more attention to one subject, you might not give any attention to another subject, as because all the subjects are important. So you should make a timetable and you should allocate same time. You should allocate different timings for different subjects in accordance with their easiness and their difficulty, level of difficulty. Now create study schedule, study time, so that you will find easier, because you will find it easier becomes much less for a hassle in the long run. You should, in short, you should create schedule study time for yourself, so that you will find it easier. You will find it easier at the end of the exam. It would become much less of a hassle in the long run. Now, spending 30 or 60 minutes every day you have a class, studying for that class before or after is a lot easier and will allow you to actually learn more of the material. Yes, you can spend 30 to 60 minutes for studying each and every subject, and it will help you memorize more of the material. Take breaks. You should take breaks from your study as well. You should not study your you study your study each and every time. You should take breaks as well. Studying for 1 hour and then taking 5 minutes break and grabbing a snack is usually more sustainable and enjoyable. If you start studying, you study for 10 hours or 5 hours continuously, you might get bored. So a better idea is to study for 1 hour, and after that take a break of 5 minutes or take a break for 10 minutes, and after that start studying. You will find it interesting and enjoyable, and you will not get bored. Divide study time into segments. Yes, divide study time into segments that make sense and work for you. For example, your study timing is 5 hours. You study for your exams 5 hours on daily basis. Just divide this study time into 5 different segments, just like 1 hour, 1 hour plus 1 hour plus 1 hour plus 1 hour. Keep healthy and balanced. You should keep yourself healthy and balanced, because if you are healthy, you would be able to study effectively, and if you are not healthy, you would not be able to pay your attention to your study. So keeping yourself healthy is also one of the important habits for study. And have balanced diet. You should have balanced diet. It will help you keep healthy. Know what the expectations are for the class. Know what the expectations are for the class. Like different professors and teachers have different expectations from their students. You know your teachers, you know your professor, you know your teachers, you know your lecturer, and you know their expectation from you as well. So you should know the expectation of your teacher. You should know what your professor and what your teachers and lecturer require from you, what they expect from you as student. While taking good notes and listening in the class, are good starts. You should take good notes and you should listen to each and everything in the class. You can be better by spending some. You can do better by spending some. Yes, you can do better by spending some time. These are the references. Thank you very much for listening to the video. Allah Hafiz.